Hello YouTube, my name's Nero and today we have some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 playing a bit of domination here on the map Nuketown 2025. Of course, this was from the Double XP weekend event where we had a Nuketown 24/7 playlist. I did an open lobby playing with subscribers and I have a lot of gameplay from that lobby. If you caught this week's Dear Nero, it was all footage from that open lobby where we were just playing on Nuketown non-stop. That's all it was, just Nuketown and different weapons and kill streaks and fun and just, it was a blast. It was a blast playing with subscribers. It's very, very fun to, get a bunch of people all on one team and just go and just take out the opposing team just so ridiculously easily. And what we're doing in this gameplay is actually using the QBB LSW, which it's actually become kind of a thing, I suppose, here on Nuketown 2025 to use light machine guns and use the long lines of sight to kind of look into the backyard a bit, because there's different lines of sight, as you guys know, looking into the backyard and looking into the buildings and the garages and things like that, where you have basically the ability to take people out across the map very easily, kind of when they're not expecting to be shot at. And that's what I think a lot of people do, but I just like using the QBB. It's my favorite light machine gun in the game. I think other people go for maybe the LSAT or stuff like that, but I like the QBB because of how fast the fire rate is and just how cool it looks. It's a fun LMG to use and I enjoy using it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the gameplay of me and the QBB LSW. What I want to talk about in this particular video, which it's a really random topic, it just kind of really came to me today, but I was also thinking a little bit about it during this open lobby and while I was playing on this Nuketown 24/7 Double XP playlist event. So the idea of having Nuketown return in Black Ops 3 is a very, I would say it's almost a controversial one without ever really being controversial. So, of course, there's some people out there that love Nuketown, right? I'm one of the people that have always loved Nuketown. I loved it in the original Black Ops. I was super ecstatic to find out that they brought it into Black Ops 2. Very, very happy about that. And I feel as though the map itself plays the same in both games, right? There was no real changes to it aside from aesthetics, right? It just looks different. Other than that, it plays the exact same. The spawns are in the same spots for the most part. It just, the map itself didn't change at all between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and as a result, I had just as much fun playing on this map in Black Ops 2 as compared to what I did in Black Ops 1, so I had a whole lot of fun with it. And I believe I actually answered a question similar to this on one of the episodes of Dear Nero that have gone up, where somebody asked, Nero, would you like to have Nuketown return in Black Ops 3? Nuketown 2065, because of course that game's going to be set in 2065, and it kind of just makes sense, right? Because there's Nuketown 2025, then you can have Nuketown 2065. It could be cool. They could change around the map again, and it could be just it could be a nice addition to the game. It could be something that people can enjoy playing and have a little bit of a nostalgia trip for some people, depending on if they enjoy playing on Nuketown and stuff. But there's some people out there that don't like Nuketown. There's people out there that love playing on Nuketown. But I think the fundamental thing that a lot of us are kind of forgetting about Black Ops 3 and the possibility of having Nuketown 2065 is the game is going to be a lot different than what Black Ops 2 was, and even more so than what Black Ops 1 was. Right? You think about that. Think about the fact that there is going to be a new movement system in Black Ops 3. It's going to be there. It's confirmed to be in there. You are going to have the ability to run on walls. You are going to have the ability to essentially double jump. I think they call it the thruster pack, right? And of course, it's not as fast as a double jump, but it's still entirely possible. And if they were to basically do what they did for Black Ops 2 and just copy and paste Nuketown into that game, but then just change around how everything looks and change around like the theme of it, doing that would make the map play completely differently in Black Ops 3 as compared to what it was in Black Ops 1 and in Black Ops 2. Let me throw out some examples for you guys right here. Example number 1, thruster packs, right? You look at the buses that we have here in the middle of the map. There's a bus and there's a truck. The truck, of course, you can go through, and the other bus is just kind of there to block people's vision and kind of get in the way and become an obstacle, right? And it was the same thing happened in Black Ops 1. Now, if we have the ability to use thruster packs, we could just jump on top of these vehicles here in the middle, and that would make the map play fundamentally different because there's going to be people on top of there. Example number 2, you look at the windows. The windows on each end of the building on Nuketown are a pretty essential part of the map. It's a part of the map that you always have to be looking out for. It's a key choke point on the map, and it's actually pretty advantageous for you to have a player in that window kind of controlling the area around it. So how is that going to play? Whereas instead of having to go inside the house and go up the stairs and turn the corners and stuff like that and actually get into the room, take out the person, or by climbing up the little side hidden stairwell ladder thing. I guess it isn't really a stairwell, it's more of a ladder. Climbing up the secret ladders to the windows, you could do that as well. Instead of doing any of that, and instead of just using your thruster jump to get into the window immediately, You know, how would that change how the map is going to be played? Example number 3, you look at wall running. Wall running is going to be a thing in the game. Now, there's, of course, a bunch of fences throughout the entirety of this map. There are portions of the buildings where there's just a long, lengthy area of wall that's actually exposed for you to actually, you know, go ahead and do a little bit of wall running. And from your wall running, you can jump off of your wall run, and you can, of course, you know, go up in the air, do your thruster jump, and you could do a lot of these combinations, because that's what this new movement system of Black Ops 3 is going to be all about. It's going to be all about the combinations that you can pull off. They've used that word many, many times, combination, right? So it's going to be interesting to see if they were to actually add Nuketown 2065 to Black Ops 3, how different would it play, and would it be as good? I think that's a big question that we need to ask ourselves. Would it be as good, or will it actually tarnish your opinion of Nuketown if it's not going to be like what the other Nuketown editions were like? Right? Is that something that could possibly happen? Is it going to tarnish your opinion of Nuketown? You're going to think to yourself, man, this sucks. This isn't nearly as fun as what Nuketown 2025 was, or what the original Nuketown was like. This is not nearly as fun at all to me, just because it's so much different. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be fundamentally different. You know, I think it's something we need to think, even here in Advanced Warfare. When we started playing on Atlas Gorge, when we got that, we're like, oh man, it's going to be just like Pipeline. It plays fundamentally differently than Pipeline. It's a lot different. And the fact that they're remaking High Rise as the map Skyrise, which I love the fact that they call the High Rise remake Skyrise. It's just fantastic to me. But we have to kind of realize that that map is not going to play like High Rise. It is going to be fundamentally different, just because Advanced Warfare, we have exosuits and we have dashes and we got jumping and we have all kinds of crazy movement system abilities as compared to what we had in Modern Warfare 2, where High Rise was out, right? So it's going to be fundamentally different. And so who knows if the map is actually going to be as good as we remember it being. You know, it could turn out to be like, oh, this map isn't exactly like it was back in Modern Warfare 2, so we actually hate it. And that's entirely possible that the same thing would happen if they were to bring back Nuketown into Black Ops 3. Do I think they're going to bring back Nuketown to Black Ops 3? I do. And the thing about it is, though, the reason I'm making this video is I got to thinking, how would they do it? How are they going to bring back Nuketown? Now, are they going to just do, once again, the complete copy and paste, where they bring Nuketown into Black Ops 3 and they just change around the textures of it and whatever, and they make it just look like it fits within the context of the game? Are they going to do that? Or are we going to have a problem like what we had in Call of Duty Ghosts, where they bring back a fan favorite map? That map was Shipment, and they remade it into the map Showtime, and goodness gracious, they ruined Shipment by making all kinds of crazy additions to the map and changing around how it played, whereas we didn't want that. You know, fans that have been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4, and they loved playing Shipment back on that game, we just wanted Shipment back. That's it. We didn't want you to add an entire outside area. We didn't want you to add a whole death arena feel to it, where you got turrets coming out of the walls and smoke gassing everybody and all kinds of crazy, hey, let's drop 5 care packages in the map and everyone can scramble to get them. We didn't want that. We just wanted Shipment back. That's it. That's all we wanted. And is it entirely possible that what they would do in Black Ops 3 is they'll bring back Nuketown. They'll bring back Nuketown to make it Nuketown 2065, but because of the fact that we're going to have the ability to run on walls and things like that, we're going to have the ability to use our thruster packs to jump up. We're going to be able to slide very, very far distances and stuff like that. Are they going to fundamentally change how the map is played? Is that something that they would end up doing and forever change what Nuketown is like, because they have to make it so it fits within the scheme of their game? Is that something that they could go ahead and do? We're going to have to see. Time will tell. Once again, there's no confirmation whatsoever from Treyarch or Bonderhar or anyone like that. It's all just speculation. There's no confirmation as to whether or not there will be a Nuketown map in Black Ops 3. If there is, one would assume it's going to be called Nuketown 2065. But if it does come into the game, how are they going to do it? And should they do it? That's the whole point of today's video. Should they do it? Should they bring a Nuketown into the game? I feel as though I'm going to stick to my guns and say, yes, I would like to have a Nuketown brought back into that game. For better or for worse, I think it would just be enjoyable to see what they would do with the theme and the setting of the map, you know? I think that would be pretty interesting. So, of course, I'm okay with that. I still stick by my original statement saying, yeah, I would love to have a Nuketown 2065 show up in Black Ops 3, but I'm just pointing out in this video that it's probably not going to be what we expect it to be. Chances are it's going to play really, really differently and kind of change our opinion on the map, or they might just change around the map completely. Perhaps they open up the entire outside of the map. Perhaps they change around how the buildings are and add extra floors to them for whatever reason. Perhaps they add in a bunch of random stuff. Perhaps they make the whole thing a death arena, like what COD Ghost did to Shipment. You know, you never know what they could possibly end up doing with that. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, I put a straw poll down in the video description if you guys like to go ahead and click that. All it is it takes you over to a website. There's no ads or anything. You just click over to the website and you can vote. It's basically you go over there and you vote on a poll, and it's, do you want to have Nuketown return in Black Ops 3, or do you not want to have Nuketown return in Black Ops 3? I'm interested to gauge your opinion, because it's kind of hard to gauge everyone's opinion just from the comments, because there'll be a bunch of people saying yes, and this is why. There's a bunch of to other people saying no, and this is why. And that's valuable feedback. But it's a bit easier to look just at simple, straight up straw poll numbers and be like, okay, so, 60% of people say they want Nuketown back and 40% say they don't. Stuff like that. It's a bit easier. Of course, I'm interested to hear your opinion. Please leave your opinions in the comment section below as to whether or not you would like to see Nuketown return in Black Ops 3. But of course, be sure to go over and vote on that straw poll so we can get kind of an accurate number as to the numbers of what people would actually like to see. I'd like to be able to see exactly how many of you would like to see Nuketown return and exactly how many of you would not like to see Nuketown return in Black Ops 3. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys all found it helpful and informative. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel it deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.